Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another topic related to journaling. Mainly, we are going to discuss how we can create the out file for the journaling entries. And this is very important point because in a project when you are doing some analysis, so there you will find multiple scenarios where it is needed to create the out file for the journaling entries. Okay, so this thing is very important in terms of project analysis. So let's see what all things we are going to do today. So first of all, I will verify and show you the journal that we are going to use for this demo. So for that, I'm running this work obj f4, and here I will put my journal name testjrn. So this is already existing in my library Sharmit one. So if you are referring this session in a sequence, then you are aware that yes, we are going to use this one, which is testjrn. Okay, fine. Now another thing which we are supposed to check before we start the thing is work obj f4, and we will check for jrnf because this is the file that I'm going to create as a journal uh, out file. Okay, so let's hit enter. Here you can see at the moment there is no such object, so we are going to create it through the DSPJRN command. Okay, fine. Now what we will do, we will run one DSPJRN command because before we discuss like how to start the journaling, let me show you what is the need of creating the journaling entries as a out file. So DSPJRN, my journal name is testjrn, which we just saw, right? Then we are supposed to provide the library name. Then we are supposed to file name, provide the file name. In my case, file name is students. So this is not the file which we are going to create. This is the journal file which on which the journaling is performed already. Okay, then we are supposed to provide the library name and simply hitting enter. There is all the values would be default. Hitting enter, you can see it is showing me all the entries for the journaling. Okay, fine. Now what we will do, we will create the outfile for these entries. All right, so let's go the same command. Same entries is populated here, like testjrn Sharmit one, which is journal detail. Journal file details is students Sharmit one. Okay, now doing page down and trying to find out the option for out file. You can see there is one option for output, not the out file, output. Here when you take F4, it will show you three possible output that we can provide here. Asterisk, which is by default, star print, which we have already covered in our previous session. Then we have option for star out file. Star out file is mainly used to create the, let's see, if you would like to learn more about this, you can simply press F1 here, and here it will show you all the information like star, the output is shown if requested by interactive job or printed with the job spool file if requested by a batch job. So this thing we have already saw, right? And print option is covered in the last session. For today we are going to focus on this option, which is a star out file. So what it will do, it will direct the output. The output is directed to the database file specified for the file to receive output out file parameter. Okay, so this option we are going to use today. So let's copy this from here itself, hitting enter. We are supposed to provide the output and then simply hit enter. Once you hit enter, it will open another options which we are supposed to provide. So doing page down for that. Now we are supposed to provide the out file format. Here we can take F1 option in order to fetch out the information like we can provide this type 1. So here you will find what all information comes under type 1. Then we have a type 2, type 3, type 4. So likewise you can read from here. Okay, by default we are going to use this type 1 option for now, and then we are supposed to provide the out file name which will hold the output written from this. Okay, so my out file name would be JRNF, and we already saw that, right, that this object is not there in the file, so it will create the new one, and I would like to create it in the library Sharmit one. Then what we are going to do, these options you can check, like if you would like to check if you would like to receive it into a particular member, then you can pass that member name. Otherwise you can provide it the default star first. Then we have replace or add record. So if you would like to replace every time when you hit this command, you would like to replace the data, then you can go with this replace. Otherwise we are supposed to provide the add. So what add will do, star add, like if you take F1 here, it will show you the information, right? What add will do, it will append all the record to the existing one. Whatever the things you are appending, it will be appended to the last existed data. Okay, so for time being, I'm going to take these two default options, star first and star replace. Other values you can keep by default value as it is. So just hitting enter. Once you hit enter, okay, it is showing output file JRNF created in library Sharmit1. So after creating it, it is showing that this file is created. Now to verify that, what we will do, we will use the command work obj, take F4, and here we are supposed to provide the object name. So my object name is JRNF, which we just created, and it should be in library Sharmit1. Hitting enter, you can see the object is there in the file and the type is star file. Okay, so this is how we can create the file outfile for the journal entries, and we have already verified it. Now it's time to see what all information we have got this in this. So for that, let me relog in the session here. Session is relogged. Now STRSQL, select star from Sharmit1 slash students, oh sorry, not the students, JRNF, hitting enter. So okay, it is freeze, sorry, yeah, hitting enter again. Yeah, so these are the all information which we have retrieved in our out file. You can see entry length is there, sequence number is there, code, type, date, time, job name, username, job number, program name, object name, library name, member name. And if I do shift F8, you will find count, RRN, flag, commit cycle ID, incomplete data, minimized ESD, reserved, specific data. So these are the all column that comes with data when we take the out file for the existing one, for the existing journal entries. Okay, and you can take F4 and F11 to see all the meaning and everything. Okay, so this is the one thing. Now another one is what will happen if I take the option star add. So for that, let me take option, but before that, let me show you the count first, because from count itself you will be able to identify what changes has been made. So right now if I take count, it will show 14 because we have only 14 recorded. Now let's just change one parameter and make it as star add. So what it will do, this time it will append all the data to the existing data. You can see 14 entry is converted from general test JRN in Sharmit1. So in session B, if I take option and hit the enter, you can see count star comes as 28, because this time it append the new 14 data into the existing 14 records, and that's why currently it is showing the count as 28. Okay, so this is how we can utilize DSPJRN command in order to create the out file, and you can see it contains the previous data as well as the new data. But always we go with most of the time we go with the replace option, but make sure that if you are working on a project file and if you are not intended to take to replace the data, then don't go with that option. So it's our duty to check before we hit the query. Otherwise, if you have selected the option replace, it will replace all your existing data. So make sure that you opt the correct option. Okay, fine. So yeah, this is all about what today's topic, and the question for today is how to print the spool file for the journal data or journal entries. So for this you can write the answer, and it will help you to prepare for your interviews, as well as it will help for those who is referring the comment section for answers. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.